What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video is called 5 guns the government do not want you to have, which is quite ironic because in the UK the government want us to have 0 guns. So we're not allowed anything here, so at least you guys can have access to some. Guys, we're going to check out this video. Before we do,
smash the subscribe button.
You're getting louder and louder with these.
I need to get louder. Smash!
You heard the woman.
This is Eric and Barry from Moss Pawn and Gun, and today we thought we'd hit you with another 5 guns video. I know these have been very popular. You guys have enjoyed them, so we want to make more. And we were kind of thinking the other day, like, hey, what would be a good idea for a 5 guns video? And we came up with the idea, you know, what would be 5 guns? I know there's a lot of them that the government, you know, wouldn't want you to have.
But what would be the 5 they would go after first?
Yeah, I mean, what are the top 5 guns that the government would just hate the idea of you having? I know that a lot of people in the government are very anti-gun. You know, they're anti-semi-automatic, modern sporting rifles, so on and so forth.
Serious.
What would they be and why? So let's discuss them.
Well, not only the guns that the 5 guns they would not want you to have, but also the most evil-looking guns that the media jumps all over.
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly the case.
Whoa.
I mean, sometimes it comes down to what the media thinks is some evil, scary-looking gun, and sometimes the aesthetics and appearance of a gun, you know, people think that it's automatically more deadly or whatever, but this just isn't the case. I mean, you can't go by the way a firearm looks. But unfortunately, the media tends to pick up on a lot of that, and the government does too. I mean, a lot of politicians, you know, may put forth anti-gun legislation based solely on the cosmetic appearance of a given firearm.
Well, the news media survives on keywords, cliches, assault weapon.
Of course.
They play on that because it catches your ear when you hear it.
Well, let's show them 5 awesome guns. Now, these are great guns, okay? We're not saying that, I mean, believe me, I am pro-gun as hell. I don't want any of this stuff to ever get banned. I don't want them coming after my stuff. I mean, I love my AKs and ARs. Show them that AR there on the end.
Well, we've got a mean-looking AR down here.
And of course, the ARs are always one of the things that the government's always going to want to try to go for. They hate ARs. You know, they hate.
I'm not gonna lie, that looks like a monster, and like that's an intimidating gun.
So these are the guns, if they were to go forward, that they don't want the
So I think
that they wouldn't want them to have.
Yeah, I think government in general are quite against like automatic rifles. I don't know why I think they're more lenient on like pistols and stuff. I think with automatic weapons, comment below if I'm wrong and just correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. But I think you need license to have an AR. You can't just like roll around with it. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I could be wrong. I know every state is different. Some states you do, some states you might not. But the norm, am I right to say for certain ARs you do need a license? But I guess maybe is it because it's just too much power in the hands of the people? I don't know what the reasons could be behind it, because at the end of the day you could literally just spray and pray and take out like 40 people in one clip. You know, it's crazy.
Us having them.
Got the little bipod on it.
Yep.
That's a
now,
serious
30-round magazine. We've got the EOTech law enforcement sight on top, flashlight,
backup sights,
most sights. There's your basic evil AR.
Of course, and you know, because it looks scary and cool, you know, it's automatically more deadly than something that's not.
Definitely looks cool.
It looks mad.
We've got next going down the line, we've got a 12-gauge Saiga
extended clip
with a drum. It also has the EOTech military law enforcement sight on it.
Great gun.
Great gun. Beautiful gun.
That's actually a conversion that Ray did. He's very high speed when it comes to converting Saigas. This one's actually got a folding mech with one of the little short billet aluminum stocks.
Quad rail.
A lot of upgrades, yeah. Quad rail, 15-round drum. So this is a semi-automatic 12-gauge that can shoot 15 shots in under 3 seconds.
Now remember, folks, all these guns are available at Moss Pawn.
In 3 seconds.
Under 3 seconds. Oh my God.
One of the other firearms that we've got in recently is the Tavor.
SMG.
Right? This is the IWI Tavor. It's a bullpup, semi-automatic sporting rifle. Takes standard AR-15 pack.
Guys, comment below the price tag on some of these weapons, because they are looking beautiful. Like, I am really feeling these. If I was in Texas, yeah, you know I'm not serious about it. If I was in the US, guys, I would have a collection oh, some serious weaponry, man.
Sure you will.
I'll be coming like Rambo, like first year in.
Pattern magazine.
Huh?
Apocalypse?
Just to look at and just to know I have it and just like it's just there, innit? Like at the end of the day, you're living around everyone with guns. You might as well have your own ready.
This is something that we've got in new. The Tavors have only been out about 1.5 years or 2, so they're not quite as prevalent. However, this is a good example of the type of guns that are out there that obviously the media looks at them and it's some scary looking bullpup, and obviously they're going to think, wow, that's futuristic, that's frightening, and it's scary. So obviously it must be more deadly because it's so scary looking. But all this is just a modern sporting version of the Israeli Defense Force Tavor, and that's a bullpup, 5.56 caliber carbine. Great gun.
This has got a 28-shot magazine with a window in it.
Yep.
But this gun is an excellent weapon. I'm sure all of you have heard of the gun.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. What have we got last, Eric?
Well, I'll tell you what. We've got the AK-47. This is a Saiga conversion. This is actually another conversion that Ray put together. It's a standard Saiga rifle with the long barrel. We've threaded it for a break. It's got a Harris bipod. This particular gun we've actually outfitted with a custom SIG 550 handguard set that we made a custom bracket for everything to work with. It's got a extended magazine release, a MFT style grip, recoil comp stock. It's got a scope mount and again an EOTech on top. And this is an example of the type of guns that obviously politicians love going after these things because they're scary looking. And the thing about the AK-47 is that it's synonymous with bad guys. Everybody sees an AK.
It's true. In every Call of Duty game that I played, the AK-47 is always with the terrorist. It's like it's the bad person's gun. It's like the villain's gun.
That's why it doesn't have a good rap for it.
Yeah, it's true.
And what's the first thing they think?
Bad guy.
They think a bad guy.
Right.
But the truth is that this is a gun that many people in America are just going to take out and have fun with. We're going to shoot stuff, play around. It's not some evil, crazy assault weapon like the media makes it out to be. It's just a sporting gun.
Thing is, with that gun, like, without its traditional colors of the black handle, do you know with AK, they got like the black, so it's not black handle, brown handle. So it's like black and brown. Without that traditional look, I obviously don't have the knowledge of guns because I've lived in the UK, but I would never know that's an AK because it's all blacked out. But the AK-47 in games and stuff, they just have a traditional look with a black and then brown handles. That's like the traditional staple look of it. So I would have never known that's an AK if they didn't tell me. I just think that's an AR. So it's quite interesting.
Well, Barry, this is 4 guns. Where's the 5th one?
Well, I don't know. Where is it?
I'll tell you what. We got one more gun. Now, if the government, had their way, I'm sure they would not want you to have this. All right, this is the king of rifles. Okay, wow. And this is produced by a model American. It's the Barrett M107.
The Barrett.
Semi-automatic 50 caliber.
Isn't that what thing?
Anti-material rifle.
There you go.
Alex Zedra, I think she bought a Barrett. I don't know if this is the exact model, but
yeah.
10-shot
magazine.
semi-automatic. 50 BMG as quick as you can pull the trigger. 10 shots in the magazine. This is a bad boy right here. This particular gun. I mean, these are about $12,000 to $13,000.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Very expensive rifle.
How much did you say?
About $12,000 to $13,000.
They're pricey, man.
Very expensive rifle. A little bit of weight. The earlier versions of the Barrett, obviously, very wonderful guns. But the M107 represents pretty much the pinnacle of big bore anti-material firepower in a very portable package. And this is something that, all right, get this. You're a citizen in the U.S. and you turn 18 years old. You can walk into a gun store and you can buy this.
Yeah, that's wild.
And no one will care.
If you've got the money.
That's crazy. So if you got $12,000 you just turned 18, you could walk in and leave with that.
That's quite concerning.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm not gonna lie, guys. When I hear that as a UK citizen, as much as I love guns in general, and I would own many guns if I lived in the US, I think that's quite wild. I'm not gonna lie.
You can buy that gun.
If you got the money, more power to you.
I'm sure this is not Bloomberg approved.
Most certainly not Bloomberg approved.
Oh yeah.
Get some of that. That's it.
That is a serious beast. Look at the ammo for it.
I love it.
That'll take some.
All right.
Bad.
Well, folks, we've got 5 guns here that I'm sure the government does not want you to have. And the bleeding hearts and the anti-gunners certainly don't want you to have.
Yeah.
But we hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you were entertained by it. And check us out next time.
Yeah, you know, hopefully, if anything, it was a good excuse to show you some awesome weaponry. Definitely some awesome weaponry. And here's the thing. You know, the term weaponry gets thrown around a lot when it comes to these types of firearms. I mean, it's a weapon. It's scary. It's some baby killer. It's some assault weapon. But at the end of the day, it's nothing more than a modern semi-automatic sporting rifle.
You know what it is, yeah? What he said is obviously true, what a lot of people think of guns. But you could also look at it as a protector. You could defend yourself with a weapon. I'm not saying go around shooting people, but like if, you know, someone's in your property and they're trying to murder your family and steal your shit, like the gun could come to use. And also just like, I feel like with America, because everyone has guns, I heard the states that have like the least gun control, which allow you to have guns like concealed carry and stuff, have the least crime, because obviously everyone fears everyone has respect for each other, because no one's trying to test no one, because everyone's got guns. It's like normal, you know? Here, the reason why the UK has gone absolutely wild is because no one can carry weapons. People just running around with knives illegally and, like, you know, stabbing people. Police don't have guns to put these people down. And the criminal justice system, to go to prison for, like, a knife isn't that heavy at the moment. Unless you kill someone, then it's different. But if you get caught with a knife, like, you won't serve heavy time. But I feel like the reason why this is all happening, because they know they could, like, their life at risk. They're probably one of the only ones rolling around with a knife. I feel like guns can be looked at in a bright light, not just a negative light. It depends on where you stand with it.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like, for example, I don't feel comfortable knowing that an 18-year-old can just go and buy that massive gun.
Yeah, that's
it's kind of like, what's your intention behind it? I don't know.
Could be a gun lover, just wants to shoot it in the forest.
I don't know, might want to do something else.
But then again, could be, you know, someone like, look at the shooters on Donald Trump and look at the school shooters. These are young people who got big weapons and artillery and went and done a mad situation. Depends how you look at it.
Okay, you can go out and have fun with it, have fun with the kids, do a little shooting. It's no big deal. I mean, people have this misconception about gun owners in America that we're a bunch of crazy, you know, weirdos or whatever. But a lot of people integrate these types of firearms into their family fun, into their plinking and training.
Family
and
fun.
It's no different than any other gun. Just cosmetically, they do look a little scary, but they're no different than any other firearm.
Well, remember, folks, we've got a lot more guns here at Moss Pond, and pretty soon we'll be doing another gun tour. We've got a lot of new guns, and we need to get them in tune.
Yeah, we've actually a little late on the gun tour this year. We'll try to wrap that up for you guys as soon as possible.
All right.
There's a lot of things in the pipeline that we're trying to do. So we definitely appreciate you guys watching today. You know, make sure you check us out.
Guys, I think what we just discussed was basically the outro of our video as well. But yeah, thank you so much for the recommendation of the video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. For now, peace out.
Bye.